Yep, hello there. This is Daniel Eric, or Williver, or Guillermo Gage. And now I'm making a video diary series that actually covers 9 days. Yeah, it's going to cover 2025, November 29th and 30th, and then December 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th. Um, yeah. Um, some eventful stuff happened. And I've been working 7 days a week now. Now it's like one of those days is Sundays. Now I'm getting to be two different job shifts. Okay, so well, all I'm seeing this Saturday, the 29th. Well, I see that I didn't do a lot of sleeping. I slept from 3:26 a.m. to 6:40 a.m. I know, or maybe I was up from 3:26 to 6:40. Was I doing one of those things where I was up? Well, I slept. Oh, I started work like 8:15 or something on the 29th. Just did the shift. I don't know. I did my long shift at work. Then I went to bed. But I know that on Sunday the 30th, I did the church service. This was my last church service, or at least the last 12:30 ones that I can do, because the next Sunday I started working at noon. The 12:30 to 1:15 church service. Got home like 1:25 p.m. And then I did my Walmart shift there, the 5 to 11 or so. Monday, I also did the Walmart shift 6. Oh, yeah, it snowed a lot, and I was stuck out with this outside with snow. Oh yeah, 6:15 to 11 p.m. Walmart shift. Tuesday, the 2nd. I only had like 90 minutes of sleep. I'm just looking at my notes. From 4:10 to 5:40. Then I got up to 7:20. This was on Tuesday the 2nd, and then I did my 7:45 to 5 p.m. shift at my main job. Then when I got home, I fell asleep shortly after 8:45 p.m. So okay, so here's where stuff actually starts to happen. Wednesday the 3rd, I did my I I was out the door at 7:36, and then I did my 8 to 5 shift. But see, I got a ride from my cousin. Apparently, when she was driving back, just barely made it like a couple blocks out, and the car stopped. The car that me and I got together, and so it stopped right in front of. Conveniently, it was by a hotel, and she kind of sat in the lobby of the hotel. Apparently, she's so broke she couldn't even afford a ride home. It's like, okay, I'm gonna have to take care of that. Make sure she has more dough. Yeah, she could, but she couldn't get a hold of me on the phone. Because I'm at work, and I actually have my phone put away and silenced, and put away in a little cubby, put away in a locker hole. That's from 5. So she was there the entire time, all the way from 8 to 5. I get there at 5:30. I just take a short little ride, lift ride just a couple blocks, pay 7.95 to do the lift ride, and we're at that hotel, right? We're at this Crown Plaza hotel. Actually, they're hiring, and so she applied for 4 different positions there. But she was stuck there. Fortunately, she still had 55% on her phone when I got there, so she may have had more when I got back. But she was kind of limited. Didn't have money for even to buy any of the food there. Fortunately, all we have are cats, here. So the cats were fine, I guess. Um, and well, the tow truck shows up at like 6:30, so like an hour after I get there. And so it's all covered with insurance and stuff. Tow truck's covered with insurance, but we still don't have the car like 5 days later, and we might not get the car for like another week back. We find out later that a whole engine is crapped out. This happened after only owning it for 25 days. It's all covered with the warranty. Fortunately, there might be like $100 deductible actually. But it sucks because we can't use the car to drive me up back and forth and work, or do like little delivery jobs or something. So that sucks. But it's yeah, I mean, they kind of may have gave us one with a lemon engine, but it is covered. It's just it's in the shop right now, and they're gonna put a new engine in. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have to pay for that engine. $11,000 worth of problems in that car. So take them all to fix it up. But we'd really like to keep this one. My point is that crapped out, used up pissed away like another hour and a half because we didn't get home till like 7 something p.m. But something I did manage to do on Wednesday the 3rd, this was the only day out of these 9 days that I did push-ups. I like to do more. 11:55 and 20 seconds to 11:56 and 18 seconds. I just managed to do like 8 push-ups. Then, barely a minute later, after barely a minute breather, from 11:57, I did 11:57 and 17 seconds. I actually made the AOML push-ups of Bring Sally Up, the After Old Miss Lucy selves. Look up Bring Sally Up push-ups. The method of you stop and start in, you kind of hold the position and go back up. I made it to 8 AOML, 8 then After Old Miss Lucy. So that Old Miss Lucy push-up that goes after. I made it to that one, then 5-second break, then 4 more push-ups. But typically I'd like to make it to the 3rd AOML, but that time I was just tired and made it only to the one AOML. And Thursday the 4th, up till 3 a.m. Oh yeah, I think it was practically like in an argument with someone on Snapchat. I know I gotta control like how easily triggered or irritated I get with people online who, you know, sometimes I gotta defend something. Okay, but I remember being up till 3 a.m. I did the shift at the FedEx 9:15 to 5 p.m. And oh, you know what happened on Thursday the 4th? I was planning on seeing Five Nights at Freddy's. And I ended up seeing it, but the traffic, there's a traffic jam because of a semi catching on fire on the freeway. And so when I was getting my ride home that I have to pay for, normally takes 11 minutes. I get I get in the car for my Lyft ride. It ends up, you know what it ends up doing? I see it says, 42 minutes to get home. Is that a glitch or is that some issue? Nope, it ends up taking an hour and 47 minutes to get home. I just let I have this big plan to see Five Nights at Freddy's. The plan was to see it at 7. Five Nights at Freddy's too. The plan was to see it at 7 p.m. I ended up making it to 8 p.m. because I got in that car at 5:36 p.m. and I end up getting home at like 7:15 or something, 7:15 or 7:19 or something. And I call my nephew on the phone and let him know, hey, if we're able to see it tonight, it's gonna have to be like an 8 p.m. Also, I got friends. I got my cousin has a friend that she found here, but that friend has a sister, and that sister happens to work at the same FedEx that I work at, even starts around the same time. Well, because we don't have a car, I'm like, hey, I don't want to have to pay like $60 to go out to my cousin's place, then go to the movie theater, and then have them drop off my underage 13-year-old cousin, at the Brownsville, because we're gonna have to be in the car with him. And I have him dropped off first, and it's all along the way anyway, so I don't mind doing it in that order, and then drop us off. That'll probably be like $60 worth of Lyft and Uber rides because it's like one way up, one way back. Turns out this friend is a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan. My cousin's friend's sister, huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, and she's like, how I say, hey, if you take us up there and pick up my cousin and drop my cousin off along the way the whole time, I'll buy you a ticket and something at the concession stand. And that's what happened. Yep, it was only like 23 or so bucks to see to get the rides up to Five Nights at Freddy's because we just took her with, and she also brought another friend with who paid her own way, and so all five of us fit in the car, and then my cousin really liked talking about Five Nights at Freddy's too. He's more knowledgeable about the lore of the sequels. I only know I knew who Marionette was. I knew who the little propeller hat boy was, and I thought it was every bit as amusing as the first one. It expanded and touched fun stuff. I wasn't too disappointed that Matthew Lillard just only kind of had like flashback cameo appearances in it. It was kind of more about the Marionette, and there's got to be a third one definitely. And so that's what I did on Thursday. The traffic gobbled up an extra like hour and a half of my day. But hey, I still got to see Five Nights at Freddy's. We got done at 10. We got home by 10:30 p.m. or something. Friday the 5th, I did a little short 11:30 to like 3 p.m. shift. Then I went by myself to see the Dark Knight in IMAX 70mm. And then Saturday the 6th, I went back again. Saw at the IMAX 70mm theater. an ultra screening of The Dark Knight Rises. I probably should have just sucked it up and paid like an extra $7 for the ride back, and I ended up paying like $40 for the ride back on that one. And I was stubborn and wanted to only pay like 30 to $33, but the rides they would just go forever. It would just reach the progress bar on lift. Something was happening. There's some extra traffic thing there. It was not the semi because that was fixed. That was fixed a couple days before. Um, that was cleared out back on Thursday. It was something downtown and late at night, so it was like midnight. It took me from like I got off at like 11:40, and then it's like it took like 1:40 before I was home. And it was usually just a 15 to 30 minute thing, but I don't know, stubborn, and I ended up I had both Lyft and Uber. I'm gonna try Uber and see if they have more service. I ended up having to pay $40. Usually I only pay like 20 to $25. But it was well worth it. Now I've seen all the Christopher Nolan movies I've seen in IMAX 70 millimeter that are presented in IMAX 70 millimeter. That is Dunkirk, Tenet, Oppenheimer, then Interstellar, The Dark Knight, and The Dark Knight Rises. And so and then I was up past 3 a.m. After I got home at like 1:40 a.m. Sunday I do a noon to 3 shift and then a 5:20 to 11 shift. I did both jobs that day. And today is Monday. Today is Monday, the Monday, December 8th, 2025 at 5:15 p.m. I'm gonna get up and start my Walmart shift today soon. My second job. And oh yeah, but today, I mean, I'll talk next video I'll talk about what I did today because today's not even over yet. Today is Monday. And so that's all the other days. That is 29th and 30th, and then 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th. So it was Sunday the 7th, ended up doing both jobs. And oh boy, so I've been eating some junk food, eating some plastic, eating some bags. Not eating plastic, eating stuff that comes in plastic bags. Stuff like bags of chips. I'm gonna do better. I know I can manage. I still have hours of free time, even though I work 7 days a week, because some of the shifts are short, like the Fridays. The Fridays I should be productive. All right then. Bye for now. I'm gonna get that car back probably by like not this Wednesday, but next Wednesday. So that sucks. Not having that car cost me like $200 worth of having to pay for rides and stuff. It sucked. But I'll still be fine. I still make plenty of money and stuff. All right then. Bye for now. But I liked seeing The Dark Knight and The Dark Knight Rises in IMAX 70 millimeter. And I like seeing Five Nights at Freddy's too, with like two family members and like two like other friends of family members. That was fun. And people and the other people were like into Five Nights at Freddy's and recognize other people were wearing the Five Nights at Freddy's apparel and wearing like a Five Nights at Freddy's backpack and all kinds of fun stuff. That was entertaining. All right then, bye for now.